which is one of the most important ways to get money, are being run by a number that states the minimum amount or the percentage of viewers that said ad needs to have been seen in order to qualify. Otherwise we have to pay a penalty, which is why we're having minus $385,636. Alright, now I'm probably saying some things that are quite obvious if you have played the game or watched our previous stream. But otherwise, I hope I'm not saying something that is just too obvious. Anyways, back into our track. This is where it starts getting even more complicated. Alright, so we have a lot of things to do. And as I was just explaining, Cheat Engine is easy enough. I would say enough. Maybe enough is not even the right word for that. But it's somewhat easy to allow us to just get the money. Okay, and after some careful meditation, I came into a realization. Getting a lot of money, first, is kind of boring, and second, is not going to solve our problems. Because if we get a lot of money, we are still facing a lack of gameplay. Why is that? Because Red controls everything right now. It doesn't control everything in the sense that we can still do our channel, play the movies that we want, lose as badly as we want. But if we are facing lack of advertisement, it just starts becoming a little more stale. The game loses like a very, very big portion if we are unable to select ads for our regular programming. Right? It's 1/3 of the programming itself. You basically have ads, the program, and marketing or news. We can still get the marketing or news, or we can still get programs. But every time we get advertisement, it's going to represent getting another insane debt, because we are not going to be able to get the percentage of viewers necessary to qualify as a success. Like I mentioned, the percentage of viewers is not the percentage of viewers that we can get. It's a percentage of viewers that the first player or the most powerful player, the top of the viewers. And I'm not even certain if it is the sum of all viewers, which will make it even worse. But right now we are unable to get to 2 million viewers, and Red is getting 20 something million viewers. So you can already start picturing the gap being just impossible. Some of our ads ask us to have 2 million or more viewers, and those are the cheap ads, so we can very much forget about the most expensive ads. And like I mentioned, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I feel pairing some ads with some programming, with some marketing and news is an integral part of running a channel. Now, with the solutions that I have just mentioned, or the potential solutions that we could take, I feel most of the game, or not most, but a big part of the game is going to be diluted. And with it, obviously, the original vision of the creators and a big portion of the educational part. Because let's be honest, this is how the real world works. Red just takes everything, and we don't take anything. And we're going to be stagnant for a big while if we're just going to wait for our other means to get money to get out of this debt. Which, if you have noticed, I have not even mentioned what they are. After advertisement, another way to get money is via quests. But these quests have been growing in difficulty. They usually ask you to play a certain type of content at a certain type of hour. I am not that fond of doing it. If you have been watching the previous stream, I go with my gut and my creativity, and sometimes We may be pleasing to the audience, but we try to be pleasing most of the times, or not, or depending on the situation. But most of the time we try to be pleasing in our own way, so we don't get the money that the quest offers. And lately it has been turning out that this quest have increasing difficulty. So it's not just show me a certain type of movie at a certain type of hour, but it show me a certain type of movie with a certain rating. Certain movies with certain ratings are certainly more expensive. So without money, well, you can see how we are also unable to go through that path in order to get out of the red numbers. And last but not least, as far as my knowledge goes, the other only way to get money in this game is to there are two more ways. One of them is selling movies, right? But in order to sell movies, you need to make movies. Otherwise, you're just selling your stash and you're running out of movies or TV shows or whatnot, and you run out of things to show in your channel, which is also a way of losing, I guess, and it's not going to get us very far. So selling movies is another way, if you're lucky enough for your movie to have to pay you more for selling it than what you invested into making it. Once again, we go with the creative approach, and most of our movies may end up not just giving us enough money. Some of them may, but if your numbers are on the negative side of the spectrum, you are unable to make movies, as I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. But there is another way to get money, which we found out recently on the channel, on the stream, and it is to get money from prizes on Academy Awards. In order to have prizes on the Academy Awards, you need to submit movies that you have created. We have a couple, but they're not the biggest or the bestest. So most of the time we don't even get like the big prizes, even though we may still scrape a little bit of the prizes. Nevertheless, it is going to be the longest run up the hill, right? So I don't think it's all that fun. It is the right way to play, if you ask me. Why do I believe it's the right way to play? Because once again, it's the most realistic way to play. It is the educational purpose of it. Sometimes you just have to wait, and we're going to be destroying that somewhat, right? We're going to be taking a different approach, a different road to solutions, and that is to cheat. So you may already be thinking, I'm not on board with that, but here is what I'm going to do differently than what you may be expecting. Instead of using cheat engine to get ourselves a ton of money, which, like I mentioned, is just going to solve our problems momentarily and will force us to just play uncreatively, just going and buying the most expensive movies and trying to get fame as fast as possible in order to compete or try to reach red, which is already really far from where we are. So I thought of a couple of other ideas, and I think the one that we're going to be follow is potentially the best, nevertheless one of the most difficult. Alright, so that's cheat engine and our potential solutions. But what I also found out is that you can modify some of the files in the game and make it a little more user friendly, especially with the ads, right? So if you take a look at this document over here, found on a specific place in your app data, you are going to be seeing that there are resources. You can change things from the actors, change things from the movies, things from the news, and things from the ads. One of the things from the ads that we can change and that we are definitely going to change are the penalty values, because this is insane. You sometimes end up paying the same or even more than the value you may get if you nail the ad. It's a little bit realistic. You sometimes get into contracts that are just unfair. But the main problem here is that, like I mentioned, I want to not have my gameplay hindered or set back because of the lack of possibilities, right? So what I thought is, okay, let's just drop these penalty values for all of the ads. And for all of the ads, it's very troublesome because there are 90 ads available right now. But fear not, I have a couple of ideas. This that you're watching right now is Notepad++. Notepad++ is very useful because it's like Notepad but with a lot more tools, right? One of these tools is a replace function that works with what's called regular expressions. Regular expressions that we don't have over here, unfortunately, and I don't remember them, so it's gonna take a while. But basically, a regular expression would potentially allow us to find everything that has this, right, penalty value. Just like with a fine, find everything. Let's begin with a count. Right? Okay, count. Let's begin by double checking that we actually have all of this backed up. No, we don't, right? So let's begin by backing up our document in case we make up a mistake. Actually, we do have it. I made a whole copy of the folder, but for the sake of functionality, let's just also leave a copy of the ads in particular here. Alright, so a regular expression. For this document, this program allows us to count. I'm not even sure what the number there is, probably 90 or something. 90 matches, yeah. It allows us to search and find and replace everything in a single swoop. But how do we do it if the numbers, it can allows us to find, right? But how do you find everything that has different values? This one has 71,000, 71,500, 110,500, it varies differently. So what we will do is a regular expression, and a regular expression allows us to change this number into different parts. What are these different parts? If I write as a regular expression using a certain amount of a set amount of rules, it could potentially allow us to find all of these 90 and make changes to them, right? But I'm not doing it right because I don't remember how it is. Or, well, first we need to search mode, regular expression, and I think %d could allow us to find everything that has a number, d being any number, and we have 0 matches, so I'm making something wrong here. %d, what am I doing wrong here? Maybe it's percentage. 0 matches. Alright, so like I mentioned, bear with me for a second because I am rusty, very rusty, and this is not even cheat engine. This is not even memory. This is not even memory modification and changing. So This is going to be a long run, but hopefully it's not a bad one. Nevertheless, if you are finding yourself being interested by all of this story that took me quite a while to just narrate, then stay tuned with us, because we are going to help London Wilson get out of that debt and have a happy ending. Maybe not a happy ending, but at the very least not so sad ending. Okay, so we need to find really fast how regular expressions work, because I forgot entirely. That's bad, as you may be noticing, because we not only need to find, but we need to replace, and well, it's going to be a bumpy road. Hopefully not that much. I actually made some modifications, somewhat not long ago, and I have the hope and feeling. Okay, here is a better, much easier explanation. A regular expression is a sequence of characters. That specify a match pattern in text. In this case, we're trying to find out then how to match patterns that are numbers, right? So I think we can go with regular expressions cheat should be percentage D. I'm quite sure it was. Okay, I'm quite sure I had one of these somewhere, but I totally forgot where. Regular expressions, I'm quite sure this was the page that I checked last time, RegSeg. So I'm not sure if it's the best or not, but it definitely could trigger some faster routes in the memory lane if we are checking out content that you're familiar with, right? Or at least that's the hope, that's the expectation. Okay, so quick start regx. Why am I unable to scroll? There we go. Okay, so I'm not going to bother you with all of the details, because you may know them or you may not know them. But know that this is a really powerful tool. Maybe not percentage, maybe just escape bar, counter slash. I'm not sure how to call that. That slash. Okay, let's try once again, but this time with this one. Yes, this one. So like I mentioned, this is just the first part of a lot, because you may be thinking, okay, this is all good and all. See, we have now 90 matches. This is all good and all, but what good is this if no, actually this is going to be really good, but what difference is going to make if red is still going to prevent us from making money? This is just the beginning, right? So okay, so everything that has a penalty value. Okay, let me see if I can remember what it is that I was planning to do. Wait a second, let's just not replace just yet. Okay, I need to find out how to do this. I don't remember. If we do another escape bar D, does that get us how many have two numbers, or does it break the regular expression? 90 matches. Okay, what about another one? 90 matches. Sounds logical, sounds reasonable, sounds like we're doing great. 90 matches. 90 matches. It makes sense. It's the penalty is dollars, so it makes sense that it has all these many numbers. Okay, so as you may be seeing right now, 89 matches, right? That starts giving us a good indication. 10 matches, in other words, things that have this many numbers, which are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and one more. In other words, on the order of millions of dollars, there are only 10 of them, right? And I bet if we do one more in the tens of millions of dollars, we should get 0 matches. 0 matches, yeah, they don't do it that exaggerated. So we have millions of dollars, right, in penalties. And what this hacker is going to do, basically we're just hacking the game. What this hacker is going to do is we're going to replace this amount of penalties with right. This is a tricky part. I think we can clip the last number, right? What we're going to be doing is let's just grab the whole thing and delete the last number. So after this, instead of having 10 matches with millions of dollars, we should be getting none. Okay, fingers crossed. Replace all 10 matches. Okay, now if we go back into search for millions of dollars penalties, 0 matches. But if we go into hundreds of dollars, we should be having more than what we had before, 79 matches. In other words, close to all of them, right? Okay, next step, we will grab the same formula and reduce it even one more, right? So instead of being 100,000 penalty, we will be having tens of thousands. Replace all, 79 occurrences, and it leaves us probably with penalty values in the order of thousands of dollars, right? Let's count it, 90 of them. Count one match, that's bad. What did we do wrong? Wait a second. What did we do wrong? Oh, this is really bad. What did we do wrong? I am actually not seeing anything being modified. Penalty value still very big. And that's exactly what I thought was going to happen, and what concerns me a lot. So it all changed down into D. That's a problem. That's a problem. So that approach doesn't work, just like it didn't work that last time that I tried to do it on mu, right? But there is another approach, and I know it, but I don't remember. So give me just 2 minutes while my brain tries to think what it is that we're going to be replacing it with. Let's see, we cannot get this last portion, right? Can we? There may be a way to do it with regular expressions, but I don't know it. So I know that we can find it, and I know that we can potentially change the value, all of the penalty values, for a single value, right? That would still be a possibility. Like, let's say every penalty value is just on the order of 1,000, right? 1,000 gold, but it will be the same for all penalty values, which is a little stale. So I'm not sure what to do here. I'm quite sure I managed to do something better in MU, but I don't remember what it was. Nevertheless, if we're going for the easy approach, I think there isn't anything else that we can do. We already found out that this doesn't replace it with what already has, but truncating one number from it, right? And there's another thing that we can do. For example, we can search for everything that ends with like 3 zeros and a quotation mark and a closing bracket, right? But this will be a problem because the gold value will also be like really dropped down, right? This will also be replaced for, let's say, not this, right? And all of them. So the gold value that you will be getting from ads is going to be really low. So what can we do? Let me try to think this for a second. It's only 90 values, so we may already have ended by now if we did it by hand. So I'm not even sure if going this route is the best, right? Sometimes you end up wasting more time thinking of a solution than actually doing this another the dumb road or the brute force way, right? But I'm trying to think of a way that we can get this reduced. Okay, so maybe that's the way, right? I think we can get all these double zeros out of there, keep it just at a couple of thousands, right? What do we do with the gold value though? Is there any way that we can get this gold value back up after we made a mistake, after we take it all out? We could get the previous document and just replace all of the values, but that would potentially take us more time than just going through each of the penalty values and just... It will take us more or less the same time, right? So it's not viable or logical. So even though there may be other more accurate, better solutions, I'm starting to think that we're going to just get the same penalty value for like everybody, right? I think that's what I ended up doing in MU anyways, so it's not that great, but we're not going to be using the whole stream trying to find out this information, right? It's not exactly very fun, if you ask me. It's a different kind of thing, but I'm not entirely sure if it is all that fun. Okay, let's see. So there are only 10 and we can get them like a little more expensive, but then again it's going to be, like I mentioned, stale, but still not bad. It's not going to be like the end of the world if we do our regular price for everybody, right? Okay, I think this was the 0. There's a problem though. Okay, we did 2 changes. That's what the problem was. So we should still have the order of... There we go. We have 10 matches now. These 10 matches that we have right now are going to be replaced by a penalty value of, let's say, $3,000 gold, $3,000, right? $3,000. It's not that much. Well, like I mentioned, we're not in it for the money, one way or another. Let's just go for it. $3,000. And those that have one less number are going to be with a penalty value of $1,000, right? Simple solution to difficult problems, although maybe not the best solutions. So what we have right now is everything costs either $3,000 or $1,000 penalty. We're going to be paying penalties because for the longest time we are definitely not going to be able to hit the mark on these ads. That's logical, right? 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. Is there any other? I don't think there is. Let's double check the count. 0 matches, 1 less. Count. There's only 1 match with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower than this, I don't think they exist. But the only one that we have is the 1000. Right? So the only one that apparently exists still is this one. The Alabama Fried Wings, right? I guess we can just 1,000 it, but if this is the cheapest one, let's go with 500. Let's be, what's the word? Consistent, right? Okay, I think that's about it. We're done. We are, for the most part, done, right? There is a problem, though. I suppose we're going to have to close the game and restart it. Chances are these kind of changes. 89 matches, right? Plus 1, that makes it 90. Let's save, hope for the best. So, best solution? Probably not. Easy, fast solution? Well, in comparison. Okay, so now just to double check, let's see if our penalties have been lowered, but I doubt it. Good afternoon, sir. Here's your newspaper. Sorry, my friend, but I'm in a quite of a hurry right now, but thank you very much. Okay, let's just go into the office and check if our penalties have been updated. Though I doubt it. Nope, penalty very, very big. Let's double check by going into the advertisement agency. Someone is complaining already, or getting all the ads. So this is the first step, and also this is the easiest step, because as you may have noticed, we have already done it, right? I don't think we need anything else, just the ads being cheap, the penalty of the ads being cheap, therefore we can fail them. Oh, I'm going to be so glad when I start explaining our next step. How abusive this guy just comes and doesn't wait his turn, just goes and goes past us. But you know what? We are going to be getting even. So that is going to solve one of our issues potentially. But like I mentioned, we still have another very big issue with very very rude person over there cutting in line when it's not his turn. So what are we going to do, you may be asking, because like I mentioned already, I don't plan to inject money. Yep, that's the big revelation of the day. I'm not planning to inject money. We're going to go the legal way to pay our debts. Which one is that? Well, there are two legal ways, like I mentioned. One of them is waiting like 20 hours, and I'm not even mentioning in-game hours, like a really long amount of hours, right? Okay, so these penalties have not been updated. This is good news and good information. Now we close the game, reopen it. Now, so I'm intrigued. Does it say the day, or does it say the hour? That's really important. Not that important, but it's important to know if the game basically starts again, the day basically starts again, or if it just changes by the hour. Okay, so I think it's still I think it is taking another kind of way. Okay, so it saves the minute, not just the day. So this penalty is not lower down. Why is this not working? Yeah, it's definitely not working. That's unexpected. Why are these penalties so high? Aren't they supposed to... Wait a second, maybe we changed the wrong document? No, definitely not. Empire TV Tycoon, resources ads XML. Yep, it should be working. Fairly odd. So, what do we do from here? Let's see, do we need to activate a mod? Mods will only work in new games. Mod priority is important for mods that modify the game the same elements. That may be it. Maybe that cannot be applied until a new game. Let's see, image preview. Well, this is the place, right? Is it the source folder? It doesn't look like it. Hold on, there is a... Well, if this doesn't work, it's just going to be a bother, but we can still inject money to pay for the ads, right? It's not what I wanted to, because it breaks the immersion by a lot. It's supposed to be on add-ons. Part of the Tycoon, Dreamside Games. Okay, I don't know. Let's just navigate there and see what happens. I don't get it. We're unable to open anything. We're now unable to navigate even. I don't get this. How does this work? Nothing works. And we just made a mistake, it seems. Okay, what is still here? Fortunately, add-ons of TV Tycoon. If this is the breadcrumb for the stuff, then we should definitely have something here, but I don't see anything. Maybe it doesn't count as a mod. Nevertheless, it definitely should. Go to publish and upload your mod. To publish it, upload to Steam. I don't get it. This doesn't look like what... No, this is not it, probably. It says install none. There isn't anything. Okay, so let's try another approach. This over here is the save game folder. So we have a save game of this one, and we are able to just delete this one, I guess. So what happens when you delete a save game? I don't know, but let's just change the number for it, right? And well, we should have, I don't know. Let's go with new game. I don't know. If we close a game, Yeah, we should have just gone new game. I need to double check if these values are updated in new games, right? Now, for those of you that are familiar or unfamiliar with cheat engine, well, basically we could just do it there, right? But I'm not that familiar with cheat engine, thus what is it going to continue? Okay, the last save game, I guess. Yep, okay. Wait, did it work? I don't think it did. If it didn't work with the other one, chances are it's not going to, hello again, not work with this one either. So, but we could just take a couple of minutes, go and check that the penalty is insane, both for old and new pads, so not good. What do we do? Let's try new game. Okay, let's give it another try. Now, wait, what? Oh, okay. Endless. Oh, we can go custom, I guess. Okay. Here is bankrupt loss, but I think we took it off. Select the condition that will establish the winner of the game. Endless. Audience group, all of them. Number of audience bans allowed. Is this daily? Is this forever? Audience likes and dislikes. Full random. Hourly audience blocks generation. Or hourly audience. I don't understand that. I don't understand what that means. Remove TV ad penalty. Remove penalties. Yet I don't want to remove them, but I don't want them that expensive. AI upgrades their maximum audience when behind. No. Movie freshness recharge rate default. Special movie production enables special movie production. Let's leave it like that. I don't understand some of these things still right now. I still after playing the game. Okay, so all I want to know is whether or not we now have sorry Penelope, but you're going to be playing a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes. No, let me go to the agency. I need this information ASAP. Penalty. I don't get it. It's just not changing the details. Okay, so my investigation was for nothing. That's depressing. That's frustrating. You make a mistake here. Did I make a mistake here? No, I still have these quote marks and stuff. Users set data, local load, inside games, TV Tycoon, resources at XML. It seems like this is the place, right? Let's read the information up here. This is the source file for all of your add-ons. To create a new add-on, use this file as a reference. You will be able to create your own ads and or modify existing ones. Images. Add images. Create a image add TV folder under your add-on folder. It doesn't exactly say what it is that we need to do with this file. In theory, it should remain in resources, right? But in practice, it may be that this needs to have a copy here, right? That's a potential possibility. But it certainly doesn't automatically update. So let's see, resign game, and let's go with a new game, I guess. You know what, let's go just normal endless here. Just intrigued about that. We should have used our save game because we already know that it wasn't that particular thing that broke the thing. Let's go back into the advertising agency. And it is not working. Okay, so at least we know that much. So resign game again. Okay, so the game has a score, which is something that's making me understanding why the game is insanely difficult. But I'm also a sore loser, I guess, and I don't just without giving it an opportunity. I don't know why it's not working. But we can try something more brutal, I guess, like, for example, grabbing all of the ads and deleting them. Let's see what this brings. If this by any chance give us something, then we know nothing is working there, and we are going to be needing some external assistance for that. I don't see absolutely any change to any of this. Okay, so let's just do a really quick search. If nothing shows up, then we know we are in way more troubles than necessary. Let's see. Okay, Empire TV Tycoon. Changes to maybe it can't have a copy? Changes to resources, XML not shown. Let's see if we can get something around these lines, right? If we can't, then we're screwed. Aha, there we go. It's more or less what we're seeing, but with a twist. It turns out that you can create a mod from there, it seems. And from the mod, things change. But it's gonna be a problem because it says something like, oh, your mods, you're screwed, basically. Alright, okay, so let's once again select this one. Now what, refresh? I don't see any mods anyway. I don't get it, and I'm not understanding why I'm unable to do anything related to mods. Like, by now we already have the copy on the folder and placing, doing some, wait, by submitting this item. Select your mod folder. Select. I don't get it. Am I being very dumb? Shouldn't it show up somewhere? Maybe we should just continue reading a little bit. Making a mod. Mod's basic. Editing mod system. Units. Locate items. Actually, it's create a new folder with the name of your mod inside. Okay. Every mod requires 2 files inside a mod. A config ini and a PNG image. Okay. How our XML work, and also see the content that we have in the current game with their IDs and other important values. And we need to know if you want to modify the existing content of the game. The resource folder is empty. Although you start a new game at least once with the new 1.5 patch, the folder is located at. Keep in mind that modifying those XML won't change the content in the game. Those are only useful as a reference for modders. If you want to modify content, you will need your own XML in your add-on folder. Okay, understood. Yeah, okay. Everything else is very interesting and important, but it's not going to help us out. Actually, nothing here is going to help us out, but it's important to know then that what we're doing is not going to work out either. So, we are out of luck. Why is it not going to work? Because according to this information over here, mods will only work in new games. So if the mod has not been at least that's what I'm thinking. If the mod has not been made before the new game, the game that we're going to be playing has been I don't know, I lost what I was saying. Anyways, chances are, or at the very least, I am more or less certain that it is not going to work. In other words, the mod that we have is not going to work. What just happened here? Oh my gosh. You know what? Let's just make use of this one. This should be working as well. We are spirits in a material world. In a material world. In a material world. In a material world. Okay, so this is not it. That's the problem. If it was that easy, but we're going to leave it there because we eventually plan to keep playing the game. Just not right now. Like, we're not going to be making all of that if it's not going to help us right now. Correct? Okay, so I suppose we can delete this one because it's not going to help us. Let's just leave it. It's hurting nobody. It's not hurting anybody, and it's probably not going to find itself with any troubles. Okay, anyways, this is not going to serve us for anything until we decide to play a new game. This game, I am noticing, is like a lot more focused on being the kind of game, an arcade game. It starts, it ends, you have a score, right? It seems that's going to be our fathomable destiny. Bad news, I was already having high hopes. Should have tested that before, but like I mentioned, I didn't want to make changes and not be understandable. We could potentially change all of those values using the cheat engine, but well, that's another story. So cheat engine in theory is very good, but in practice it's not very easy to use. So as I was mentioning, you will be modifying memory, but the problem with memory is, well, sometimes it changes, right? So the game is running. The game says, okay, money, this number 385,636 negative is stored somewhere. But every time we close the game and open it again, that changes. So unless we have a mechanism to find out where that is being stored, or how that is being stored, or how to access that, it's just not finding the number. So, to give out more information, negative numbers are stored very differently. So it's not just even finding on memory the number 385,636. It's more than that. So for our current gameplay, because I want to extend it at the very least a little more, I don't know, I'm going to extend it at the very least for the day, right? Our next game is going to be featuring someone other than our friend London Wilson, but for the time being, I'm going, like I mentioned, to give it a good ending, right? A fun ending, not something that just involves becoming very poor or driving the station to massive poverty. So it's going to take still a lot of time, but hopefully we can find something here. Okay, so the reputation, I'm quite certain, is the same, the value itself, so we may be able to find it somewhat easily, right? So let's see, because I did my homework yesterday, part or most of it, as you may have noticed by my lack of knowledge on what we just did. I honestly thought that was going to fix it, and thus I just said, okay, I'm leaving it here, and I'm doing it live. But we just wasted almost an hour doing something that didn't work. Okay, so what we are going to be doing here is finding a value. Like I mentioned, I did some other exercises today and I found out some of the values, and now I think that if I just find the value 629, I may be able to not find it. There's a lot of 629s if you notice. So how to know which of these 629 is the 629 that we're looking for? Now, I don't think we are going to be able to do so, but let's just get ourselves organized here. We're going to have to inject money, especially for the ads, right? Because we just noticed we couldn't get the penalties out, right? There is a potential way to get the penalties, but we're going to have to go one by one with all of the ads. Killing the penalties is still not that out of question, right? We could take a couple of minutes every couple of other minutes and hunt for those ads, try to kill the penalty. We can just give it a try first, right? So the first thing that we're going to do is start the game, because we need to find out something else, right? There is something else we need to find. Okay, so you know what we need to find? Rather than finding 629, we're going to be finding 225. But for that, we're going to be needing the money. Alright. This is going to show an example of why this is a little bit of a tasking activity. We're going to be going into the basement and we're going to be selling a movie. Okay, over here we can find the information that we can sell. What are we going to sell? Okay, let me process the thing we're going to do. I don't know what to sell, but I think we're going to start with Age of Tomorrow, valued at 9,129. 9,129. Start writing down numbers. 9,129. This number over here is going to be the value of the movie. I don't think we can do anything about it. So what we're going to do is first do a new scan. The new scan is going to be of an unknown initial value, right? So it basically is going to scan like every value in the game that's currently running. There are a lot of them, right? So it takes a little more time than other kind of searches. Okay, followed by that, we are going to find something that has its value changed by 9,129 after we sell Age of Tomorrow. Age of Tomorrow sold for 9,129. Sold. We pause over here and we need to find something that changed value. Oh no, it doesn't let me tell it how much the value is. So let's just try with decrease value by, so I'm not sure if it's decrease or increase, right? Well, let's give it a search, see if we have any luck. I don't remember how I did this yesterday. So the value decreased by, actually, no, I think it's decreased. Okay, let's try searching. And we found a value over here, right? But the value turned into 0. That's kind of odd. Okay, let's try to do an undo scan. We are screwed. Okay, let's try another one. How did I do this yesterday? Okay, once again we need a non-initial value. First scan. And now let's sell another movie, one that we know the price of first. Or not. No, because it already changed. Okay. So we need to sell another movie. Let's see. One of a genre that we have more than one movie. Supercross or Rollerball? Let's keep Supercross, I guess. No, we need the most amount of money, so we're going to sell Supercross at 21,957. 21,957. 21,957. 21,957. 21,957. 21,957. Okay. We did decrease, didn't we? Yeah, I certainly hope so. Okay. So let's try now with increase value by 21,957. Let's go with another scan. And we get nothing. Darn. What did we do wrong? Maybe we didn't sell it, now I don't remember. No, we haven't sold it, that explains a lot. Okay, let me see, did I write the number correctly? I don't want to make a dumb mistake like that. I'm already making plenty of dumb mistakes without that kind of dumb mistakes. 21,957, 21,957, alright. 21,957. So the first thing we do again is a complete new scan of an unknown initial value. So the first scan, and now we need something that increased value by 21,957. But this time let's do it after we sell the movie. Okay, so once again we go to a genre, 21,957. 21,957. And now we do our next scan. Okay, this makes more sense. Now we have 3 values, and this is the weirdest one. So if I understood correctly what happened yesterday, this value we can now change to 0, and over here our debt is gone. Welcome to the new age, to the new age, welcome to the new age, to the new age. I am hacking this game. hacking this game. Okay, so now we don't just need 0. We need like, let's just go with $200,000, and I'm about to explain what it is that I'm doing. I said I'm not going to cheat, and now I'm cheating. Why? Well, there is a reason for that, and that is, hold on, we need to find another value at 225, right? Okay, so new scan. We don't, no, we do know the value 225. I quite remember that it is something that has that value 225. The problem being that there are quite a lot of 225s, right? So we need to wait for just a little while until we can get 226, right? So the next scan is going to be by 226. Whatever changed from 225 to 226 should show up. In this case, this is our fame. Fame. Okay, so our fame allows us to buy antennas, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to just buy an antenna anywhere. Here, I guess. Okay, so what do we need now? Money or more fame? Well, we need both. There are no available antennas, but there are also no available money. Let's inject ourselves with a little bit more money. Let's go with 250,000. Okay. So, do we have antennas? No, we don't, because we need fame. No available antennas, but yes, 2 available money. Alright, so here's my experiment. We have 226, and antennas are being given every time you reach 75 fame. What happens if we change our fame from 226, which is perhaps a number we should write down? Let's just say we place it at 74 fame. Now we need to wait just a little bit more. Let's increase the speed. 74 fame. Drop one down, pass it around, and we don't have an antenna. Okay, but we already had 226. What's the closest to? Well, you know what? Let's just add 226 plus 75. That's wait. Should we have it one number before? Yeah, probably, right? So 7 times 3. Okay, let's just get calculator out, I guess. Calculator. We need to find out how much is 75 times 4. $75 times 4. Exactly 300, it seems. So let's go to 299. $229. Let's sit and wait. $230. Wait, what did I just write? Okay, my bad. It's supposed to be 199. What did I even just wrote? 200. And why is it not changing, by the way? There we go. Interesting. You need to pause and unpause. So let's sit and wait. 299. Well, you know what? We just added more than 75, and it didn't give us a new antenna in each of the steps. So it leads me to believe that it is not exactly when you gain 75 fame, but rather when you reach the mark. Right? Makes sense. We just made it to 300. We have a new antenna available, right? Now, let's say we want another antenna. That will need us to go into 375. Let's go to 376 even. Why not, right? If we do this and we take the pause out, well, we don't get the antenna immediately, it seems, although we don't have the money. So let's just see what happens. Oh, it already gives it to us. We don't have the money, but we do have the possibility after we reach the threshold, right? Let's get the money. Let's get the money for it. Right? 376. We place that number. We're not even getting extra audience. Can we just buy an antenna after we reach the mark? Yep, it doesn't even need the exclamation mark up here. Right? And I think that's beyond important. The point being that you can buy it when you reach certain thresholds in the fame meter, rather than when you acquire a certain amount of fame. So I have been thinking what to do here. There are two routes to this problem. And if we want to get out of debt, well, we already got out of debt, but we got out of debt not legally, but don't worry, I'm on it. What I want though is for red and blue to not get the whole map or any more antennas if possible. But now we know that red and blue technically shouldn't be able to get any antennas until they reach their next threshold. What is their next threshold though? $675 then. Okay, so as long as red and blue don't reach, well, as long as red doesn't reach 675, and as long as there are two ways that we can go about this. And the best one would be to have a subroutine that verifies whenever this number adds, or that's the complicated part. I didn't read all that much because like I mentioned, I only know a little bit of this, right? But I know that if you do something like this and then say find out what writes to this address, with attach a debugger, and then you need to wait again for it to make a change. Oh, it doesn't even need it. We already have it. So we have this here, and that's about as much as I know. Because you can now replace this code, replace with code that does nothing. Well, that's a possibility. That would make it 0, like it won't be adding. See, that's the problem. I didn't go further into the tutorial. I was already too exhausted yesterday. Find out what addresses this code accesses. Check if found. Okay, I don't know what to do. More info maybe. This is too complicated for me. Mob. Why mob? Should be like an add. Add EAX, ECX. I don't remember what any of this meant. Mob R15. Mob. I don't know what mob is. EAX. Well, this becomes considerably more complicated. So I don't know what to do. But we could potentially just block their fame, maybe. Well, you know what? Let's block our fame, see what happens. Replace with code that does nothing. Yeah, okay. Stop, close. Well, now let's see what happens. If we go back into it. We have 377 fame. Can we get more fame? I don't think we can. It seems we can't, but it seems nobody else can either. I am not seeing the... or have they increased? Now that's a problem. Okay, let's wait for a second and see what happens. Okay, so fame just went out the window. That's bad. That's really bad. A little too extreme, right? It's not like considerably bad, but it's a little too extreme of a solution. Okay, so basically we just took the rights to this position. I don't even think it's going to be finding anything because nothing is going to be writing now. We replace it with something that does 0, but basically what we replaced, it seems, with my little knowledge and experience of the subject, was the function that takes care of everybody's fame, right? That's a no-brainer for anybody that's seeing what's happening, right? I'm just stating the obvious. Okay, yeah, it's not registering anything new, but it's not going to if we don't even have a programming done. Anyways, that's not going to work, and I'm not that savvy to know what exactly it is that I need to do to change the function so that whenever it's trying to add either to red or blue, that it doesn't. That was what my plan was. Right, we found the function, but the function writes it for everybody, so it's going to break our fame too. Now, hopefully I'm not wrong. Yeah, I'm surely not wrong. As soon as I close the game and open it again, it's going to change. But how are we going to get more fame to try to get ourselves on par with the other two if we are utterly unable? So what I didn't want to do was the unelegant solution of having to drop the other player's fame every couple of minutes, right? Because it's kind of unaesthetic. So what we're going to be doing, it seems, is if we already know that these other two characters have, especially the red one, has its potential next antenna at 675, I guess we're just going to have to drop his fame to 200 or something like that, and keep an eye so that it doesn't go all the way to 675, right? That's his next antenna, and that's when the numbers start becoming even more fastidious. Blue, I guess we can keep an eye on blue too, right? Just drop both of them to exactly the same place that we are, and I don't know what to do after that because, like I mentioned, I don't know how to place like a subroutine, an if clause that tells me when it reaches this number, do something. I have no idea how to do that without more experience and more practice. This is just the place and the value. Let's see, if I know this, can I delete this record, change record, browse this memory region, disassemble this memory region, show a sign, show us hexadecimal, change color, set of hotkeys, maybe a hotkey. This is new territory for me as well. I don't know what this is. How about toggle freeze? Toggle freeze sounds reasonable. Toggle freeze sounds very interesting. Sounds really, really interesting. Let's just say F12, right? So if I press F12, F12, I don't know if this works. And this is not working in game anymore, and I'm not even sure what to do here. Should we close the game, or should we just close the memory, the cheat engine? I don't know. I think closing the game is the most reasonable solution. Okay, the problem being that we're going to have to go do everything again. So we're not doing anything here. This doesn't work. These resources are but these are those weren't, but these are. Okay, let's delete this one. I think we need to delete this save game too. This is daily, and it has the new day. We're still going to be on day 18. We lost all the previous days, but that's okay. We're going to be working from where we are, right? Rather than from where we could be. I don't know. Okay, so we're here. We are now able to open the game again. Go. And the problem being that this all breaks. So we need to start all the way from the beginning. See, so this cheat engine starts becoming a little more difficult. There is a way to find out the pointer rather than the actual value, which is what we just did. But like I mentioned, I didn't continue my training, and I don't think it's that interesting, important, or fun to do it exactly right away. So what we're going to have to do is do it all over again. Alright, but now we know a couple of things. Like, for example, we're looking for Red's fame, which is at 629. That shouldn't be that difficult. If we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 629, and we tell it, okay, fine, this value, 629. Alright, so we need to find the process again, hook to it. Current address list, there is nothing on it. Yes. Oh wow, we probably did a mistake. I'm not even sure. I don't get it. They should have said no. Okay, so first scan, find me 629. Now, all the 629s. Including but not limited to Red's fame. Let's get rid of Red first, and then we can get rid of Blue. Right? Hopefully this works. Okay, so I'm tempted to. Are we going to do something else? Because we could potentially be seeing our actual gameplay. Right? If this works out, we will be freezing Red's assets, we will be freezing Blue's assets. We can still play the game. We can get fame, we cannot get money, and we have a lot of debt. We could potentially find set ads and try to delete their penalty. But that's gonna take quite a while, right? That's not gonna be immediate. We're going to have to reset our monetary assets, because I can get out of $385,636 debt, but I cannot get out of 200,000 more, or 300,000 more, 500,000 more. I don't even remember what the penalty on the others were. But that's the problem. Should we focus on one thing or the other? Red is not that far from getting another antenna and making the game even more fastidious, having us need even more fans to be able to avoid penalties. Right, the problem being that I was hoping to get rid of the penalties via the XML, and now we know that that's not possible. So, okay, let's see, we already started doing the 629, right? Okay, so for our next scan, just exact value. Okay, let's do this. Gonna run all the way to the office. Hello, good afternoon, thank you very much, I'll see you later. Let's go into the Green Channels office. Let's check a penalty. Penalty, for example, 197,600. 197,600. 197,600. 197,600. 197,600. Okay, we're going to be finding that value, but first I need to find out what that freezing is and if it's going to be doing what we all think it's going to be doing and hoping that it's going to be doing. We have 629. We need that value to increase even in the slightest. Okay, so now it became 632. Right? Now let's freeze some assets. 632. 632. And now apparently we can freeze this. Set hotkey. And with F12 again. Toggle freeze. And let's start searching for our other friend, 429. Let's not have it very difficult to understand. Can we change the description? Yes, we can, and we are going to call it then Red Fang. Red Fang. Okay. Let's see what happens now. It's toggle, right? And toggle. Okay. 632. We're looking for 429. And expecting to see a change. This is probably very anti-American because it goes against the very basic principle of freedom, right? It is, well, I don't know, but I guess I am just hacking. So anybody can do any methods, but then again, I'm not feeling all that great doing it. I'm not going to be dishonest about it. I don't think it's great, and I don't feel that great doing it. But I think just doing things to get the numbers and I don't know, kind of abusing that much is just about as bad as being overly restrictive, right? I'm not sure. Could potentially just be worse, but I'm trying to, at the very least, just even the score a little bit, because it's, if it were messing, if it didn't mess with my own gameplay, I probably wouldn't care. It's already very bad to be seeing these bars and my poor little green bar there. It's just demoralizing, to say the least. But beyond that, I feel that it does a considerable amount of damage into my personal gameplay, so I'm going to intervene like I am. After we have evened out, well, I guess I can unfreeze them, because I'm not here to become most famous, but I definitely want to play the game, and only injecting money and still inject more money and then inject money until we can get antennas, and that is if we ever get antennas, because by the way Red's doing, he's just going to clear the map way before we are able to even get even a small portion, even the amount of antennas currently owned by him. So should the state intervene in matters of commerce and trade, I doubt there isn't a single place. I doubt there is a single place that in which the state doesn't in one way or another intervene, right? So I don't think it is good that it overdoes it, and I definitely don't think that a state that is not well intentioned, it just changed, didn't it? Down 635. How much was it? 632. Yes, it did. So it's not working. Down. It froze something, but not exactly what I wanted it to freeze. Okay, let's see. Drop down selection options. Don't understand, but I don't think I don't think it's there. Understood. 431. It kind of works, because the value is frozen. It's activated if I pause and unpause. It updates with the values for whatever reason, and it kind of works, right? So I guess we're going to just roll with it. I just hope I don't get too distracted and miss out on it, I guess. Right? So it kind of works. What were the other options available? I don't think there were that many, and still we're going to need to toggle toggle freeze. Toggle freeze. How about just freeze? Well, there is a toggle freeze and a freeze. So I'm not entirely sure what the difference is, but I guess we can just give it a try, right? It may just work. Yeah, I don't think it should be all that complicated for the program to, or rather uncommon. Rather than complicated, I don't think it should be all that uncommon. Therefore, maybe this kind of function is like readily available for it, right? Let's fame, blues fame. We don't need to have our own fame recorded, I guess, and we have more important things to find out. For example, this value, 197,600. Damn, there are quite a lot. What do we do here? Well, you know what? Maybe more than one ad has the same amount of penalty. That's right, 364,000. Just two. You know what I also found out? There are some ads that don't show up when you are at later stages in the game. I'm not even sure how you get into later stages, but apparently we are beyond the first stage. And some ads are already out of the way. That's really sad. 500. 172,000. Let's try finding that one. 572,000. But all of that can only be fixed with a mod. See, this one only has one entrance. So I'm kind of thinking that this could work out. Right? That value is probably only related to penalties. So we can just take out all of the penalties. Okay, 197. Wow, this is going to be fastidious. There are 90 ads, so I don't know what's smarter, to go find the value or to just write down the values. I think it's to write down the values, right? Okay, let's not get that distracted. Let's see. Delete all of this. Let's begin with 197,600. Alright, 197,600. Okay, mistakes were made. Wait a second, no, we made a mistake here. Okay, so there are two with 197,600. Yep, and there are two with 197,200, not just one. 187, yes. Okay, so my idea, I guess, is to go find each of these ads and kill the penalty. Sounds smart. Is it too unfair? This is one of the most worrying ones, but I think we don't have any other choice, right? How bad do you reckon is this? Very bad, very, very wrong and bad. Well, it is done, I guess. So it is really, really troublesome. But look at the penalty now. No turning back, right? Fortunately or not, well, we didn't save, but it's beyond importance if we save or not, because it doesn't make that much difference. Aha. So let's just stick to the plan. Let's do it for each and every ad by hand with cheat engine. Alright. right? Hopefully we didn't mess up anything that wasn't the penalties. New scan, first scan, change everything here into, we could potentially add them. We didn't do it the previous one, but are we really going to go back into changing them? Most likely not, right? So let's just risk it. Can you imagine if we did all of this and the game eventually crashes, forcing us to start all over again? That's going to be really bad. Hopefully I get to continue my training on this and know how to do a proper table. A proper table that allows to have these values more reasonably easy accessible. But that, like mentioned, is going to take me at the very least, let's say, an hour to try to understand exactly, because like I mentioned, you notice I did something and that something did something, but it's not the something we wanted to do. And that method that I was following, or what I read, is what the tutorial was telling me is the first place. What is that? Oh my gosh, now I'm scared. What the tutorial was telling me was that that's one of the first steps that we needed to take in order to find out the next deal. Okay, they were the same price. I was petrified for a second. Okay, so in theory we changed that, but in practice we may have broken more things. Okay, so penalties, very few. I'm still on board with paying penalties, just not that amount. It was insane. We're going to be paying, and all of this can be paid rather easily. I could have left it with 2-digit numbers, 18,000 rather than 1,800. 1,800 may be a little too little, but I'm planning. I want to not cheat the money, right? So, oh, by the way, what are their numbers? I need to be very, very much checking that their numbers are actually frozen. They aren't. 632, 431. But pausing and unpausing brings them back. That's going to be a problem because this is very close to 675. And I don't pause the game that often, so I'm going to eventually probably forget, and I don't know. I'm tempted to wait for the end of the day. Maybe then things can change. Okay, next step. We need to get out of this debt, and I want to do it legally, right? And we'll be selling a lot of our movies, both the ones that we have made and the ones that we have not made. That is going to get us as close as possible to zero. And after that, I have a question. I have a dilemma. I have a dilemma. I don't know if to buy a bunch of antennas that will give us more viewers or potential more viewers, and allow us to get the ads, get the money from the ads. Well, I'm not in that much of a hurry. I don't mind if we need to only get money from prices. I don't know, it could potentially be fastidious. I don't know what the difference between toggle freeze and freeze is. But the problem being that we need to pause and unpause in order for that to happen, right? Or a resetting pain there. Here I can play the result. Okay, this amount of viewers are out of our reach. But if they don't continue to increment or don't increment that absurdly, it's kind of fun. 82%, 2,056,560. Could it be that it's actually just our viewers? It requires 82% of our maximum viewers, and maybe our maximum viewers are 3 million and 2,056,560 is the amount of viewers that it would make a lot of sense, because Red is making around 30 million, 20 something million viewers. So I may be completely wrong on my beliefs when I said that it took all the amount of viewers from all of the players and require a minimum or a maximum from it. That's why I wanted to change also the amount of the percentage of viewers. It's still a pain. It's kind of fastidious. Regardless of whether or not the other players make any influence to it. So is it necessary to have their assets frozen? I don't know, because actually the more antennas that we buy, the more at a disadvantage that we could potentially be. I don't know anymore. I don't know what to think anymore. Well, something I don't think I will regret was changing the amount of penalty. Like, it definitely was overboard with that amount, and that's what drove us to this amount of debt, and what potentially makes us or block us from being able to show advertisements on our TV schedule, right? So we're failing all of them, but I don't care so much about failing them as much as I care about having them. Aragon with Florida Resort, isn't that fun? I think it was. The gold, with some beer, death race with some beer advertisement, I'm liking it. So I think it breaks my immersion if I am completely unable to buy advertisements, because the penalty is going to be even worse. A night to remember, Ghost Finders. Right? Is that not fun? I think it's fun. A magical assassination, double choco bonbon, 9 lives. A group of friends are stranded in an isolated Scottish manor house. By the way, our ads are about a wooden houses district, ecological, cheaper. You can't ask for more. Come on, that's pure genius. It's not like I'm reinventing the wheel, but I think it's funny. It's funny, and I would be really sad to see that go right? Okay, so we're having a couple of problems here. We can't sell a night to remember. First, because it's not even over. So we need to save a night to remember, a magical assassination, 9 lives. Let's get out of that. And by the way, are we going to then keep their assets frozen or not? Because they could potentially actually help us if they buy all the antennas and we don't have all that burden on top of us. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know anymore. Are we doing anything? Yes. Penalties are lower. Okay, yes. So it's not a complete loss. We can now use we can now get ads and not getting debt. That we could potentially have done with the XML. Fortunately or unfortunately we couldn't, and now we are at look at all these penalties. Oh, for crying out loud. And now we are, would you look at this, now we can sell Johnny S. Walker. And we can definitely get the penalty on all of them for what I may be doing if it's not breaking some other aspects of the game. For the time being, I am going to be so relieved when tomorrow this number is not read again. Or at least, like I mentioned, that is what I'm hoping. Okay, I don't think it's a bad idea as well to go and find the numbers here. We need to sell magical assassination, unfortunately, because, well, look how much it pays. Okay, so first off, let's organize by genre. Let's sell the most expensive ones, I think. And let's keep one of each. Actually, we're going to have to sell both Supercross and Rollerball. Okay, we're going to have to sell Age of Tomorrow, Santa Conquers the Martians, and Godzilla. Why don't we keep any of these two? Because, well, I think we started with Battlefield Earth, and I think we owe it loyalty. A magical assassination will have to be sold, even though that's an only romantic movie, so we may end up holding to it. Mamma Mia or Grease 2? Well, this is our only glamour. I don't think that's important, but I think we're going to sell Grease 2. Lazarus Effect is expensive. I wanted to keep it, but it's expensive. Shark, Red on the Ocean. We're going to be keeping the other Shark movie, the documentary, I think. We're going to keep A Night to Remember, or maybe not. The Weakest Link, My Strange Addiction, Dora the Explorer. No, actually, the Snow Games. We may need to keep our own original series if we want to keep participating in the stuff. But the Snow Games is actually really expensive. Though not as much as My Strange Addiction, but for some reason people hated it. I don't understand why. So it's expensive even though people hated it. Over here we should keep, I'm thinking Aragon. It's the cheapest one. We would definitely need to keep Dance once more. We're going to be selling the gold. Wow, would you look at how much Dance Once More costs? But I think we're going to sell it. It's the most expensive one we have. And I want to keep the blue, the Aftermath. And if we don't have any other Shark movies, we're going to have to keep surfing with Sharks. 13,000, and this one is 14,000. It's not that far. You know what? Let's start selling. Let's start finding our number. 14,364. 14,364. 14,364. 14,364, 14,364, 14,364, 14,364, 14,364. Oh, 14,364. Now this value is going to be filled in a new scan, but not yet because, well, we haven't. Oh no, wait, I almost made a mistake there. We need to first find on a first scan something of an unknown initial value. First scan, followed by, was it increase or decrease? I'm quite sure it was increase. Value by 14,364. Let's jump on it then. We are selling 14,364, which is lost in this amount of movies. Don't remember what it was. Probably the first one, right? Yep. Okay, so we sell this one, pause the game, and do a new scan, or next scan. There we go. Now we have this number, and I almost zero it out, but no, I'm not going to. I'm just keeping it in case. This is money. We call it personal asset. Personal money, because assets could be a lot of things, and it's kind of misleading there. Okay. I'm still not sure if to unfreeze the freeze assets of the other two. For the time being, I think I'm going to leave them like that. Okay, so let's keep selling. Much to my regret, but let's sell date movie. Let's see, I want to keep both of these documentaries, but the reality may see us doing something else. Dance once more. I don't think we're going to be dancing once more with this movie. And we're going to sell it on the last episode. Nobody's going to know how this thing ends. We are not going to get out of the red numbers if we don't sell it. Okay, let's sell Red Riding Hood. Let's sell Dora the Explorer. Let's sell My Strange Addiction. The Weakest Link, even though the snow games are way more expensive. Let's sell the snow games. Our own original show. Let's sell Shark Bread on the Ocean. 9 Lives, The Lazarus Effect. I miss The Lazarus Effect. Let's sell Godzilla. Okay, let's leave that for last. Let's sell Rollerball and Supercross. And our money right now is still very far. 136,126. Okay, let's keep trying. 100,000. Dance once more, or we're never gonna get there. So yeah, it is quite a waste, right? Because we're never going to show the last episode. Wow, isn't that bad? I think it's really bad. It is sold. That's why someone bought it, because the last episode was never shown. Oh, urban myth there. Okay, let's see. We have 2 documentaries, and I think we can keep 9 Lives and Shark Red on the Ocean. This is a tough call, but I think we're gonna go with, oh my gosh, Surfing with Sharks. Well, I'm gonna miss Surfing with Sharks. We're gonna keep Shark Red on the Ocean. Maybe we should sell 9 Lives. Keep Shark Red on the Ocean and A Night to Remember. We're going to sell Grease 2. And we have 36,146 pending. 36,000. Can we buy another comedy? That comedy. Wow, look at how expensive Tokyo Ghoul is. We're looking for action. Actually, Tokyo Ghoul. No, it wasn't action, was it? No, it wasn't. It was... I think these 3 are original series, right? Our last 3. So we need to keep them because that's the only way we can participate on festivals. Yep, we sold everything else. So let's keep these 3. A Night to Remember, A New Sport, and A Magical Assassination. Now I think we're gonna have to sell Magical Assassination and just be left with these 2. Wow, that's gonna be really, really bad. There aren't any other romance movies, and then there's one, Sense and Sensibility, super expensive. Looks promising. It's actually really good on the scoreboard, but we don't have any money. We're going to have to sell Edge of Tomorrow, right? Yeah. Okay, genre. We're left down with one of each, except horror. We're going to have to sell 9 Lives because we already sold the other shark movie, and it's the only shark movie that we have left. And last but not least, we're going to have to sell Santa Conquers the Martians. We have one of each, and 2 of them are horror movies. I don't think we're doing that bad, but our money is still behind by 13,000. So we're gonna have to make a decision here. Comedy. Is there any comedy we can buy? I don't think so. I think there's anything we can buy. A Stranger Unfold. A stranger meets a fool and some crazy stuff happens. It's not that expensive, but I think we're gonna have to end up... What's the cheapest thing there is? Horror, the others. No, it's actually Stranger Unfold. Stranger Unfold. What about Mexican, Western? Deadwood, look at that price there. Okay, so the cheapest ones are Stranger Unfold and the others. But I don't think we can sell. Anything that we can sell is obviously not gonna give us enough to buy any of those. So there is no way to get any of these. We already saw Magical Assassination. 13,275, and a little more, because tomorrow we are going to be without any money to pay our staff. Let's see, what do we have left? Death Race, Dude, Where's My Car, Deep Blue, The Aftermath, The Goal, Aragon, The Weakest Link, A Night to Remember, Shark, Red on the Ocean, Mamma Mia, Battlefield Earth, A New Sport, and The Texican. I'm tempted to sell the Texican. I think that's what we're going to do. It has been done. It at least gives us a little bit of money, because we're going to be losing quite a lot of money, come to think about it. I did not account for a lot of things, even with our really reduced amount of okay, what do we do? I think we don't have enough to do a movie. Yeah, we don't have a way to do a movie. I think we're like 3,000 away from finishing the documentary that we have. Alright, we're gonna have to make even one more sacrifice, because we could okay, more on this later. I have other plans for that, but for now we are doing management activities, right? Okay, Greenpeace, this is not working. This is asking for insane amounts of rating movies, right? So no, not doing any of those. Academy Award, Antenna, Whisker is asking $10,000 to be able to have last time a magical assassination is going to be live on the air. Okay, we can finish that production, because I think that having virtual reality goggles on a movie, a documentary about cats, is not that far away from what was done with this other video game. What's the word again? Stray. Okay, so if Stray did it, I think we can do it. But we are in a hurry, so let's not delay, otherwise we'll end up not doing it, right? Okay, so something has to go, and I don't know exactly what. I guess it's going to be Death Race. No. Maybe Shark Red on the Ocean. I think that's about as much as we have left. Yeah, let's go for it. Shark Red on the Ocean. Unfortunately, we're left without any shark movies. Now let's just finish that production. Pay for, come on, let's hurry, I don't want to. Where's the message? Production, Whiskers. Okay, so we are highly dependent on that movie to bring us out of debt, inevitable debt. Let's see our schedule by the way and try to make something with what. Oh, late night, low audience. There's nothing there. Yeah, of course we sold what we had. Is there any way to put a movie like? Oh man, we couldn't even show 9 lives for one last time. We ran out of lives here. Can we still put something here? Nope, empty. Yep, it is very ominous. It is a way to show exactly what is happening on the channel. No movies. We sold them all. Yeah, I think it's really fitting and epic that our last broadcast before the Reformation is exactly this. Nothing to be shown. So what are you thinking? I'm definitely enjoying the gameplay. We have to make some arrangements. We have to cheat our way a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think it is still a tale worth telling, even if it's not the most true to life one. I do certainly hope that it has been all the while enjoyable, because we used almost 2 hours to start the stream or the game itself. The last 2 hours that we're going to have to clip from the video on demand, unfortunately. I'm glad we started doing the stream today, because we don't have all that much time left to back up the videos. Thus, I am really glad that the strength to be doing all of this was acquired, especially since I was quite concerned. I was quite distressed, even more than concerned, about having to go through all the process that we just did with the XML, the regular expressions, the cheat engine. I didn't know how it was going to go. At first, I was very concerned that it was going to be way more difficult than what it already was, and perhaps even encounter more fails. But I'm certainly glad we were able to do it in a relatively fast fashion. Would you agree? I think it was considerably fast. We still I wouldn't say we solved all the issues. We don't have a trainer that we can make commercial, right? It's just, for the most part, Empire Marathon. For the most part. Wow, we're again on the red. Why? It's really bad news. But I think I'll leave it at that, right? I think we're in the red, but we're not that badly. So I'm gonna try to legally get us out of this red. Part to be our ceremony production, Whiskers. Is it on track? I hope it is. Upgrades. Okay, let's leave it with these 4 messages. Alright, our next stop. Well, let's enter the building, right? Bar Marathon. We don't have any money to to showcase Empire Sports Games, Empire Marathon. Aha, that's a little too extreme. Down. I'm not sure if that's read, that can be read on the stream. I'm going to read it, but I am hoping to have a zoom in that allows this to be seen even without me reading it naturally. I don't know, it may be seen. It's been a wonderful week. It's too small. It's been a wonderful week. I cannot read it without forcing my eyesight too much, and this looks so ugly in comparison. Maybe, okay, we can do 2 pages then. Empire Sports Games end today. It's been a wonderful week with athletes from all over the country, but we have to say goodbye. The closing ceremony will happen this noon at 18 hours. In fact, everybody is welcome. Except us, because we don't have money to pay for the reportage. The Fellowship of the Ring. Viewers, most watched content. The Fellowship of the Ring, most watched content. Today is rainy, tomorrow is sunny. Every window of the game has a help that greatly explains how the game works. Okay, thank you very much for the newspaper. Something is happening and we should send a reporter. I agree, Arthur lookalike girl. But we don't have any money. Yeah. That's unfortunate, but let's see what rolls out throughout the day. I don't think we're gonna be able to, darn. But I'm not very much on board with selling any more movies. Let's see, by the way. How are we standing here? By now, maybe the first block has already started. We have not placed anything. What's sad though, a magical assassination. I thought we solved it. Did we cheat it? Basically, I think we just cheated. Oh, that's bad. Okay, let's see. I'm so overwhelmed by everything we have been doing that I already am past the or outside of the of my actual probably more important line of work, which is to organize all of this here. Okay, let's see. Mamma Mia. A Night to Remember. A horror movie after that musical. 4th episode of A Night to Remember. See the killing. Okay. What can come after A Night to Remember? The Weakest Link, of course. Don't forget to see another rerun of the well-beloved The Weakest Link. After that, The Weakest Link, I guess we can go with a movie. Let's go with The Goal. Why? I'm not all that certain. Okay, you know what? That's a good start. Let's see. Do we have anything left in TV ads? Fortunately, yes. Unfortunately, that also means we have penalties left to pay. Look at these penalties. Come on, aren't they more reasonable? Well, at least they are to our budget. Mamma Mia. Should we advertise Wooden House Districts or Florida Resort? Florida Resort. Yeah, definitely, because The story of a bride-to-be trying to find her real father, told using hit songs like the popular 70s group ABBA. And you start seeing Florida resorts and you think, oh, my parents live in Florida, and you go and visit them. Right? And A Night to Remember. Mini TV show produced, it doesn't say what it is. That's so bad. Why didn't they fit in important details about the story? We should definitely write those out. Yep, that's something I was thinking about. Trying to get a system to record my dictation when we do next movies. The weakest link, no, but on the goal, an entire nation's destiny lies in the hands of one man. You know what? Maybe we can switcheroo a little bit and have maybe less reasonable, but still kind of fits. Wooden houses district over here, and wooden houses district over here. We're a little limited here on content and availability, so I ask to our audience that you bear with us as we try to once again bring ourselves to floating position. Let us see what is available on our movie. Let's go to the studio. Let's pick up our movie. Okay. Don't hurry. I'm going to try to do this as best as I practice in my mind. So let's see if it works in live production. The production is finished. You have organized an exclusive meeting with the media, and this will be the first time that somebody outside the production team watches it. Their opinions will dictate your subsequent production. Buy book is always better club. It has a share of touching moments, but is far from perfect. And it gave it a rating score of 5.3. By Desperate Wives Association, Brother Marx wasn't really immersed in the cat role, giving it a 5.8 rating. Not bad, but next time you should split your resources a bit more, by a classic moron. And it gave it a rating of 5.5. A review by the Canterbury Singer says, I was totally sold on Cheetah History, giving it a 5.2 rating. By Movie Record, I have seen better movies. The Major Frog Problem, for example, giving it a 5.7. All in all, not bad at all. With a final movie rating of 5.5. Featuring Brother Marx as the cat, a decent performance, and Cat Belly as the cheetah, being told to have a good performance. The resource distribution was decent, with a 4.8. That's intriguing. That was really unexpected. Nevertheless, I feel the ratings are very low, considering that it has been it was like a really good movie in comparison. Well, I don't know, it got really good critiques, right? Surprising that even with all of that, the score was rather bad. Okay, so this documentary was known for having a really good costume design, a really well sound editing. Its post-production was noteworthy, as well as its scenography, but this last one could have been a little better. So I don't know, it sounds very interesting. Let's forget all of the other things. That's why I don't add things to it, because I believe in concentrating on what's important. We have a horror movie pending called The Gig. It costs $15,000. So we have projects, we have possibilities. What we don't have is resources. We need investment. How is it going? I'm feeling the game is really fun. Is it more fun now? Well, is there any difference from what we have already been doing by now? Not entirely certain. Well, we're still there. Mamma Mia, 5.3 rating with 1,070,000 viewers. The economy is doing quite badly. Alright. What is with this balance? I certainly hope that is. Game began with 500,000 balance, minus 569,964,000. Closing to a zero there. Speaking of zero. I wonder what got us into zeroed out. I think that's that important. Yeah, the numbers weren't all that harsh. Worker salary is a little high at almost 20,000 per day. TV at penalty at almost 10,000. Production events. What even is production? Oh yeah, the cat thing we did. 10,000. Alright, so what do you think? I think we can already we can showcase Whiskers live today. Although let's wait a little bit because we're waiting for a quest. Though I'm quite sure it's once again one of those they're either not doing or can do. Okay, we can delete information about the production of Whiskers. It was really difficult with all of the troubles that Brother Marx had at that particular moment, but I'm glad that it was properly doable. So how are we doing with this? I'm supposing we are getting a considerably good influx of viewers, right? Also, what are people thinking about in the movie themselves? Some like it, some don't. No, I'm not getting. Well, that's okay, I think. And we have our chat, so if anybody wants to participate, now is the right time, I believe. I'm sorry, I have been completely unable to even check out on what has been going around in chat. It has been quite the extreme couple of hours, and activities, so I certainly hope it has been of the enjoyment of the audience, because it has been done with quite a lot of heart put into it, right? But I think the end result has spoken for itself, right? It has been really interesting couple of minutes. And well, yeah, most of it was planned. Some of it, of course, did not work the way it was intended. But overall, it has been going in some aspects, or in some regards, even better than expected. More than some others, with a couple of bumpy roads, a couple of unexpected situations. Like, for example, my keyboard just lost its energy source again. This is so troublesome. I really don't know. There we go. I don't know how to sort this out. Wow, everybody's been really happy about the content. What is the content though? We are not getting quests. A Night to Remember, actually, A Night to Remember is looking really well right now. The ads I am past. It needs 1,800,000 viewers, and we only have less than 1,000,000, so yeah, it goes beyond our possibilities, unfortunately. But up until this point, I'm still uncertain on whether or not it depends on just our viewers, or global overview of all the channels. I think it may just be only our viewers, because otherwise 82% and all of those numbers are not that self-explanatory. So, is there any reason to get more antennas if you are playing in this mode? Well, okay, you know what's kind of sad to see? In my opinion, these bars this way, with green so small and all others ridiculously big. So I'm inclined to think that hindering the competition's progress is still not a bad move, right? Not sure if it's all that well, but I feel that overall it's still not a bad move. Okay, unfortunately though, it's looking very difficult at this particular moment to continue the participation, right? I don't know how we're going to get money, actual money. I'm not sure if, I don't think employees charge if we are unable to pay them. Oh, I think we just received a mail. I think we just read email incoming. I wouldn't count on it though. Yep, we have the quest, but I couldn't count. Oh no, the Academy Award. Oh, this is good. Oh, this is really good. Check it out. Academy Representative by Jonathan Frakes. Dear London Wilson, the IFTA Awards for the Best Horror Production will be awarded tomorrow, day 20, at 23 hours. In order to participate, you must give me. I will be at floor 0 waiting until 22 hours. A movie or TV show produced by you, horror, that has never competed in the industry awards. I didn't remember that has never competed in the industry award. Winning that prize would be good for your economic situation as well as for your public image. Do your best to win that prize, but I totally didn't know that it has to be one that has never participated. Makes kind of sense, right? But I didn't know that. Looks somewhat reasonable, but I thought it could have one of them participating more than once. So I'm not even sure if our original series, our original horror show, A Night to Remember, has participated in an award before, and if it has, it's kind of bad. Okay, let's see. We can now do our season premiere, our official premiere of Whiskers. 2 episodes for prime time. It's a very short movie, isn't it? Really short film, TV show, so I don't think it should be shown all that much. That's okay. We can go with some Whiskers followed by Aragon, couple of animal movies there, right? Followed by Deep Blue, The Aftermath, which doesn't have anything to do with Deep Blue or Aftermath, but with animals themselves, right? Most famous chess playing computer after playing against Kasparov. I don't know, I'm basically just winging it because honestly, by now, I don't know what I'm doing. Optional quest, genre, sci-fi, minimum rating, 1 million, forget it, we're not getting any of these quests done. So we are, for the most part, just sitting and waiting for the Academy Awards to give us money. Now I'm distressed. Representative of the Comic Con starts tomorrow, and we want our possible buyers to be inspired and motivated to buy all of our products. So we need a new and great sci-fi movie for tonight at 1 hour. If you do this for us, we will give you half income gain per day from sales, $641,000. You can schedule whatever production that meets the following conditions in order to get the rewards. Lots of conditions. Forget it. Too bad. Too bad. Those ratings, am I missing out on something? Because they certainly look bad. Like, all of the ratings they're asking for are just so incredibly high. Okay, so Comic Con and stuff. I'm tempted to even play an actual sci-fi. See if I'm missing out on the rating. Maybe it's backwards or something. I don't know. Something that will motivate them to buy the stuff. I want to let's do a reprise of Aragon. That's not a bad idea. Can we change? Can we? I don't think we can. Okay, let's see. If you want prime time for Whiskers, it has to be there. If we want Aragon to be aired it has to be there. And that if we want it to be the last of the stuff. Then we can do this, actually, this, but not the Whiskers below. So, what then? I guess we can not give it prime time too. What if Whiskers is our sci-fi? Okay, it shouldn't be all that difficult to switch these two. We're trying it for the money. How are we going to get money if we don't do something? Awards only. Ew, that's bad. We're never gonna float if we keep only aiming for the awards. Let's see. Deep Blue, The Aftermath, Florida Resort, Whiskers, the cat, and Wooden Houses District with Aragon. That makes a lot of sense. Get a double block here of wooden houses. Okay, we need 2 more movies. One of them prime time. Prime time material. Something that is 1 block and that more or less fits with whatever it is that we're doing these days. I'm not seeing anything. We can go the Whiskers, right? Like Whiskers, followed by Aragon, followed by the second Whiskers episode. I think that's pretty sci-fi. That's something that's pretty cool, isn't it? These quests are ridiculous. Like, why are their minimum ratings so high? It's ridiculous. Ending with A Night to Remember. If you remember, A Night to Remember was the story of a killer and a comic book collector. So not only do you get a season premiere of Whiskers, which is by itself pretty sci-fi if you take the fact that the cat is a human apparently, or whatever it is that movie is about, and it can use 3D glasses and all of that to be seen. So I think that's pretty awesome material that should motivate people to go into a comic convention, right? Followed by a movie where a killer kills a comic book collector. Well, yeah, I didn't say it was going to be all that perfect. I'm slightly terrified about what it is that is going to be happening to our economic assets. We missed today's documentary about the marathon, but we may be able to do something tomorrow. I played Dude, Where's My Car many times on the early morning. Let's see what we can get there instead. Maybe forced to sell yet one more movie. Let's go with a new sport. I think we're going to showcase it like today. A new sport. Okay, some Friends movie on stuff, I believe. They compete. They compete. It's a new sport because it's a competition between the two friends. And the weakest link because they are really mean. And then dude, where's my car? Because I don't know. They forget and it's a blank new page for them. And then it's a magical assassination because romance, bromance, stuff. We are very limited with our available content nowadays. I'm not even sure what to play next. Okay, how about... Oh, we need to... No, that's tomorrow. Okay, what about Whiskers? Third episode of Whiskers. Just before the Sun Dancer. That should give us some votes, right? Oh, this horror movie is by the same... Well, rather than Whiskers, rather than this movie is made by the same people that the show that's about to be shown. Better yet, let's show the possibly last episode of the movie that's about to be... participating in the Sundancer Awards. After that, I think we can repeat a magical assassination, another reprise of it, and we can finish the day with yet another episode of The Weakest Link. Perfect. Liking it. I'm liking it. I think we may not have ads for tomorrow. You know what we will have though? Penalties. Well, less than $3,000. That's definitely different from what we have been getting all this time. I don't want to cheat money. I don't want to cheat out on the money. How has it been going with the cheating? I think we went like soft with it. We're still playing the game without easy mode turned on. But of course, well, you know, as we just read, there is a way to not pay for a penalty, but I think it's not that bad just to have a little bit of a penalty, because I think the extreme penalties are just way too much, and the no penalties is just way too little. So I feel that having, it's still a lot for us right now, but still having a little bit of penalty is good, right? It's good. And it gives out for some excitement on the subject, right? I think it makes kind of sense. Okay, I'm a little concerned with our other recordings. We have only one day left, which means we need to pack them up really soon, like soon today or soon tomorrow. But we are in a rush in that sense. Let's see. I'm feeling like I'm forgetting to do something important, but I don't remember what that was. I don't remember what that was. Well, I guess this could be as good of a time as any other to leave everybody now with some of our music selection. What is our next stop? That's, I think, what I'm missing out. I think it's just going to move forward, right? Like, we're going to continue doing our schedule, wait tomorrow for the prize ceremony, see if we can get some money to bring ourselves back into floating position. But you know what? I'm not seeing how we can get back into floating position, one. And two, I'm actually not sure why we would be getting back into floating position. We need just a little bit of money to be able to get more ads and pay the penalty, because there's no other way to do that right now. I think we should cheat on the antenna, because we're never going to be able to collect the quest. No, not the quest. The ads. We're never going to be able to collect on the ads if we then never get the amount of. That's the thing. Maybe we get more audience and the ads start requiring more audience too. That is a good, well, it's not even a good experiment, because as I mentioned before, I'm not sure if it is an overall amount of viewers from all channels or an overall amount of maximum viewers that you can get. Only on your own channel, and if that's the case, then we may be finding ourselves with a problem if we don't select audiences according to movies according to audiences, and news and ads according to what's necessary. So that may be bringing back our audiences, and thus will potentially make us not able, or even less able, to get the right numbers for the ads, right? So what to do? Well, it occurs to me that if we ever want to see those green bars reach the other ones, come close to them, then we may need to start buying the antennas. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. I'm already super sleepy. I'm going to fall asleep at any moment, and I don't want this stream to be this short, so I need to hold a little bit more, at the very least, until we get out of the green numbers, and that is without selling whiskers. I think we're gonna have to sell whiskers. Can we do another movie for sale whiskers? No, we can't, because this movie costs around 50,000 or more. This particular, we haven't even paid the 15,000 that cost to hire the actors. So the production could even beef up to close to 100,000. And we could be very away from getting that money, because, well, we haven't done like any money obtaining shit. Maybe it is because we don't know how to play this game properly. But if we pair the right things, maybe we could potentially be collecting those ads. Let's say we don't collect those ads ever again. let's say, what were the other sources of income again? I forgot. I say we don't collect the ads. Let's say, totally forgot what it is. Ads on making movies. But to make movies you need money, and to get money you need to make movies, so it's one of those catch-22s. Again, let's see how much would Whiskers sell for. Not that much, actually. Magical Assassination says for more. So, wow, we paid like 10,000 for the actors. Was it like 50,000 for the movie? So I'm actually thinking that selling is not. I'm thinking that selling movies you make is not even a way to float or to stay afloat or anything at all. Yeah, there's also the script costs, which are not that high, but it's still more cost. I have one pending actually. 150,000, 200,000, 300,000. What are these prices? 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. Could be the actors. But she's selling it for 25,000. It's close to nothing. It was the cheapest 50,000. Seems it was. Can get the remaining ad. The wooden houses district somewhere around here. For example, over here. So for a second there, I thought that if you had movies that you could sell, you could actually make a profit, and you actually make a loss. Maybe if your movie is incredibly popular and big and high rated, you could potentially sell it for money, but I don't know. I think it may end up always being less. Okay, let me think. What were the other ways? Ads. I totally forgot. I don't even remember what was the other way to get money in this game. Ads, festivals, but I suppose the competition is going to be really uneven if these other players have more resources that they can invest into making the participating movies, and thus eventually getting all the money for the prizes, or giving us the smallest prizes, if that even was a thing. I haven't completely studied the situation. I don't know. I can't remember now. Wow, this reception of Whiskers wasn't all that great. No, actually, it seems to have been great. The whole day hasn't been all that great. A Night to Remember was the peak, and after that, everything collapsed. Although the goal actually received somewhat of viewers. It seems everything was, from A Night to Remember, everything went downhill. What was the other way to get money? The quest. But the problem with the quest is that they are all nowadays asking for ratings that I don't even think I have seen in movies around here. Maybe, just maybe, pirating can get us a movie with those kind of categories, but I don't think so. I think it would be intelligent to get a big movie, something like that. 8.5, 8.2. Something that could potentially get us the prize, right? Be whatever it may be. So we need 40,000, right? We're probably going to be needing to sell even more to get that pirate movie. Risk all whenever we play it. Hope not for a punishment. And all in all, still 40 plus almost 15, 55,000. Florida Resort, that's the Florida Resort. You know what saddens me? I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. My eyes are closing down as we speak. And we only made 1 hour and less than 2 hours, more than 1.5. Oh, well, I think I'm done for. May still be able to shoehorn all of that game tutorial, game cheating tutorial that we did Look at our audience, all-time low, 330,000. Nobody is liking Whiskers. And it's supposed to be super acclaimed and appraised by the critics. Who's going to believe in them? Okay, let's see. Can we get 50,000? Close to 50,000? We're gonna have to say, dude, where's my car? In like Mamma Mia or... That's a possibility. We could sell dude, where's my car? Mamma Mia. That could potentially get us something like Batman vs Superman and wait for the right time to showcase him. Try to win a quest with it. That's not even enough. We need to sell these two and even one more. Something like Dead Race at 14,000. And I to remember participates on the awards tomorrow. Well, we could sell Magical Assassination. Selling those three, buying Batman vs Superman. And I think we're gonna do it right away. It unbalances the stuff. It unbalances the force. But it gives us a chance. Right? Eventually. And not even certainly. How much are they asking for? By the way, we may even be able to do it like today. Illegal content, gosh darn it. More penalty, $60,000 penalty. This game is so stupid. Why doesn't it let us? It wants us to either cheat with money or. And we have 76,000 penalty. It couldn't happen half an hour from now. I guess we're gonna have to sell everything then, buy a single movie, and wait for us to be able to. We're not even on the. God damn it! We need like 40,000, right? So. We're gonna have to risk everything, I guess. $40, so we are 30,000 away. $2,000 and something away. We just sold the horror movie that we were going to participate tomorrow on the festival with. Way to go, me. Way to go. Like I mentioned yesterday, I am all pro. What's the word? I'm all for it. I'm all for pirate movies. I support them entirely. Come on, just tell me that the prime time is not over. Oh yeah, the prime time, the whole day is over. So you know when we're out of. I'm glad we bought it on the last second. That was intensely difficult. Silence of the Lambs is drama, but it was horror. Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any way to participate. What do we have left? Do we have any other payments to do? I'm not even sure if you have to pay employees if you don't have any money. What we do have is a really... oh crap, we still have this ad to pay for. So we're now left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies. Yep, it's gonna be really fun watching our channel now. In these 6 movies, showcasing over and over again. Yeah, but we have to do it for the stupid rating, because otherwise we were never going to be able to do a quest. And still, who even knows when? Oh, you know what? I know what's gonna happen today. We're gonna get... oh, can you please show a romance movie? Why a romance movie? Because that was the only other option that was available, and we decided to go with the action movie. Let's see, we're going to be repeating Aragon, which is already like... really... wow, a new sport 2 times in the day. Aragon 2 times in the day. A Night to Remember 1 time over there. And to finish... wait a second, A Night to Remember. That's a horror movie. Alright, so actually we can participate on the AFTA Awards. Let's go. Well, that is if that movie has not ever been showcased on one of the thingies. I don't know why I thought we sold the movie. Okay, we can send it, we can submit it. And I do remember will compete, and the guy just poofed out of existence.